when I arrived to Dortmund, the way I present myself in press conference, it was like a big impact in the most of journalists. I remember quite well to see it because I have this memory when I said I come here to win the Champions League. Some guys from the cameras, he come like
put their head. What's he talking about?
What he's talking about, you know. And this
but you meant it. It was coming from inside.
When I took that decision to go to Dortmund,
that was the reason.
This was the reason. This is what the reason. And I show and I make sure in the daily basis, also in my recovery process of my knee, with all my teammates there, showing it's there.
I'm serious.
We go there. We achieve that.
I suppose because Kohler was the...
Kohler.
I mean, nobody talks about him now. Fucking hell.
For me, the best stopper.
What a player. And you look across your team, one of our guys that we haven't time, Robert, I'm sorry to ask about Paul Lambert. Liam, we are talking about your question, but you played four key games in that Champions League. Yeah. Then, and I believe that outside your dressing room, your training ground, maybe also outside the mind of a privileged coach in Hitzfeld, maybe not many people thought that your side could beat Lippi's side. In the end, not just the scoreline, but the manner in which you frustrated Juventus, you confused them. They weren't ready for either your tactics, how you scored the goals. Okay, the last one is famous because of the manner of the goal, but it was an extraordinary athletic and tactical performance. Strategically, it was extraordinary, I thought.
Yes. The first 20 minutes, Juventus put us in some troubles because they have lots of quality. The two strikers they signed the years previous, you know, with Boxic and Vieri, amazing, with Zinedine, with Del Piero on the bench. It's, you know, we're talking about
how's it possible?
Another level. But yes, this is something, and this I go back for what I said before. That week before the match, Dortmund, you don't realize how bad the decisions it was to push me on the press, because it's naturally, because I won.
He's the guy who
I won the last year with Juventus, and then we go to play against. But it was, you know, also the Italians, they tried to push me, you know, to confuse me, to put me under pressure all the time, and they used that. Only in the day of the match I could, you know, raise that mindfulness, the focus on my task, visualizations, what's going on, to make, you know, good decisions on the pitch, but also communicate always well, because in that time, in that week, if it was the week I remember, you know, more under pressure, and I could not realize, I could not deliver, you know, being, guys, we got to win, we got to focus on that. We, in the final, with our argues, we could win. This is why I made it all the season with them. And yes, we started with some difficulty, and at a certain point, with all the game plan we have, I made a decision in the pitch, saying to Paul Lambert, you take Zinedine, you need to focus on him, close, he cannot, he can have time, you know, to build it up. The rest of the middle, it's I care. Don't focus on him. Focus on him. I will do it all the rest with all my communication and so on. It was the moment to also change. It have a big impact on that. But Otmar Hitzfeld, it was a coach I cannot forget in the way he interact with the players, especially with a number of players, in relating responsibility, also in the strategic decisions. We have a big impact on the dressing room and on the game. Without losing his leadership, it was very smart, and really intelligent in the things how interact. But also, if I need to express myself, the best skills they have, intuition. In the most of the games, all these decisions, the right time, the right people, right players, make a big impact. The same with Ricken, the third goal. You know, it was something amazing. But on the game, the players, they living that moment, they need to make decisions. And it was always on that stage. I never put out, decisions I would like to. I see it's the right ones to be done, and this is one of the right ones, and you get the right impact on that. And let me say, and then, the best part is to have the recognitions for others, not from yours, but from the others, and to have a big number of Juventus fans recognize the impact I have in that team, the change, singing my name after the game.
Wow.
It was something I could not forget. You have twice. This one, it was in San Siro against AC Milan with Juventus when I played, and the other one, it was that. It's something, it for a player or for a protagonist on the game, to have the opponents recognizing, the impact you made it on the game.
It's astonishing.
It's astonishing.
Because in Italy, football is war.
Yes.
And to chant the name of your enemy, if there's any country in the world, maybe apart from Argentina, where that can't happen, it's Italy. It tells something beautiful about you. And that's why I started talking about romanticism.